If you have been following my channel, then you should be knowing one thing, that I always look for an offbeat effect, a unique effect which you are not going to find in any other channel on YouTube. There is no exception to this mentalism effect, and it starts as a game, but at the end you surprise them with a fabulous prediction. Every week I'm uploading several magic and mentalism tutorials on this channel. So if you have come for the first time, or if you still haven't subscribed to my channel, I'll request you please support me by subscribing my channel. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share this video with your friends and write in the comments how much you enjoyed watching this tutorial and how much your viewers enjoyed watching this mentalism effect. Also, don't forget to strike the bell icon for new upload notifications. And oh yes, keep your notifications on. So without much ado, let me perform this trick for you first, and then I'll show you how to do it. So this is how it looks from the audience perspective. Suppose you are performing magic or mentalism, and then all of a sudden you ask the spectators that, just for a change, do you want to play a game with me? And it's a very simple game of tic-tac-toe. You should be knowing the game already, because in our school days, we almost everybody have played this game of tic-tac-toe. So you invite somebody on stage who knows the game already, and you ask him or her to stand beside you. You show him a board. Now, don't worry, you can perform this close up with a piece of paper and a pen. But if you are performing for a larger audience, you can use a whiteboard like this, or a drawing paper on a board, paste it on a board. You can use it for a larger audience. So that we are going to play this game of tic-tac-toe, and this is the board of the tic-tac-toe. This is how it looks, and my symbol is X and your symbol is 0. So I'll put my X over here, so you put your X over here. You ask the spectator to put a 0 wherever he wants to. Now you tell him that, of course, let us see. The main idea is to win the game. So whether you win the game or me, let us see. So let us say that the spectator puts a 0 over here. It's a fantastic. And I'm going to put an X here, right? I'll put an X over here. So you put an X over here, and then the spectator knows that if you put another X over here, it will be in a straight line, diagonal straight line. So you are going to win the game. So he is going to put a 0 here. You say, fantastic. That is a fantastic move. I'll put an X over here. And if he knows the game, he knows that, again, there will be a straight line if I can put an X over here. So he draws a 0. You say, you are an excellent player. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place an X over here. And the spectator places a 0 over here. And that is the only place left out, and you say that, so I have no other option, I have to put an X over here. So this is how the final board of the game looks like, and nobody wins. Nobody wins. It is a tie. You say that you are a fantastic player, neither you have win, but I'm also a very good player, so I have also not won the game, but we had a tie. So 0x0, xx0, x0x. But believe me, this is exactly what I saw in my dreams last night. I saw this board last night, and so I just drew it on a piece of paper and I have brought it as a prediction. So see, you just turn it around, your prediction matches the board exactly. 0x0, xx0, x0x. So this and this matches perfectly. Fantastic. So it starts as a game and ends as a fabulous mentalism effect, a fabulous prediction. At the same time, I take the opportunity to tell you that if you want to take your magic to the next level, please consider joining as a member of my channel in level 2 or higher. That is because in level 2 and in the higher levels, I am sharing some really commercial and professional magical secrets which I cannot discuss in the open area of my channel for obvious reasons. Every week I'm uploading some new wonderful effects that I have been performing in my own paid gigs. So enjoy those wonderful tricks and make your audience amazed. I hope you enjoyed the effect, and believe me, it has an outstanding effect on the spectators at the end of the game, because they never knew that you have already predicted what will be the outcome, and you never show this beforehand. This is the prediction. It is always out of sight of the spectators. You never draw attention to this prediction beforehand, and you start as a game. In order to do this, just pause the video and take a note of this. This is going to be the prediction every time. So this is the prediction: 0x0, xx0 and x0x. So this is the prediction. Now you have to make this prediction on a perfectly square board of paper. Either it is going to be a board or a paper. It can be large or small, depending upon the situation where you are performing. Now there is a reason for drawing this on a square board of paper. I'll get back to that a little later. Just the secret is very, very easy and very, very simple, and it is a creation of Martin Gardner, and I read it in Mathematics, Magic and Mystery, a fantastic book. And if you get a chance, have a look at the book. Just go through that book, just buy it. It is full of magical and mentalism gems. So what happens is you draw this tic-tac-toe board like so, and you always start with X. Now you have to remember this this final outcome. It's very easy. If you read it twice or thrice in your mind, you can always see it in your mind's eye. The top one is 0x0. The top one is 0x0, and the last one is the opposite one. It is x0x. And the middle one is xx0. Now you are actually forcing the spectator to put his 0 at the places where you want him to put. But don't worry, it is very, very easy. You start with an X. You say that X is my symbol, so you start here at the center. So your X is at the center. Now, the spectator has only two options. Either he can put a 0 here, like so, or here, or here, or here. It really doesn't matter. This is in the left corner, this is right corner, this is bottom right, this is bottom left. But you can also move this according to the final outcome. And that is the reason why you have drawn your prediction on a square paper. so that it looks the same from all sides. So let us start with this. See, first I'll show you three options. Let us say that the spectator puts his 0 over here. Now, when the spectator puts a 0 over there, you know that the top row is 0, x, 0. So, if you put an x here, he is going to put a 0 over here. But if you want the spectator to put a 0 over here, so you put an x over here. It's very simple. If you know the game, you know that it is very simple. So what you want in order to get this conclusion is that you want him to put a 0 over here, so you put an x over here. Now, obviously, if he is a good player, he is going to put a 0 over here, because he knows otherwise you will be having the 3 x's on a straight line, diagonal straight line, and you are going to win. So he places a 0 here. Now, you need an x over here and a 0 over here, because there is an x over here. So if you put an x over here, the spectator will obviously place a 0 here, draw a 0 over here. Otherwise, again, you are going to win. So he is actually forced to draw a 0 over here. Now, you see that there is x0 in this case. So you want a 0 in this, in the third position of the middle row. So you put an x here, and he will obviously place a 0 over here. And that is the only place left out. So you put an x, and you see it matches perfectly. So you are actually forcing him to put the zeros in the places where you want him to put. Now let me give you another example. Now you might be thinking that if he doesn't put a 0 there, doesn't matter at all. So you start with your x at the center. Let us say instead of placing a 0 over here, what he has done, he has placed a 0 over here. Now think in your mind that this is the top line. So 0x0 should be at the bottom line. 0x0. So it is actually inverted like this. So what you do, you know that there should be an x over here and a 0 over here. Now in order to do that, what you do, you draw an x over here. This is just the reverse of what you did a few minutes ago. So you place an x over here and force him to draw a 0 over here. Otherwise, again, 3 x's will match and you are going to win. So he places a 0 over here. Now you put an x here, and he is forced to draw a 0 over here. Now you know, in the middle row, there should be x0. Now in the reverse way, because see, there should be an x. So you know that there should be an x over here. So you place an x over here, and he is forced to write a 0 over here, and you put an x. Now you see that this is the same thing you have done, but in a reverse order. If I just turn it around like so, this will match perfectly. See, this will match perfectly. But you don't turn the board. Instead you turn the prediction. So it was like so, and you say that I knew exactly. So see, you just hold it at the bottom and you show that it has a perfect match, x0x, 0xx, 0, x is 0. So I believe that you have understood you've got the idea what you need to do. Whether he is drawing a 0 in any one of these corners, you are covered. Whether he draws a 0 over here, or here, or here, or here, doesn't matter. You just have the picture in your mind of this outcome, and you accordingly force him. This is very, very easy, not at all difficult. Just give it a try. I'm quite sure within 10 minutes you'll be able to do this. But what if he is not a good player and he doesn't put a 0 at the corner spaces? Doesn't matter. Once again, you remember this chart. Let me draw this board one more time. You start with an X at the center, and let us say that he places a 0 over here. Doesn't matter. See, there is a 0 over there, and you remember that there is an X over here, but don't worry about the X. You need the top row to be 0, X, 0. So here should be a 0. So you put an X here. So obviously he is going to put a 0 over here, otherwise you will win. So he places a 0 over here. Now there should be a 0 here. So, and a 0 should also be there. So what you can do is, now you put an X over here, and he will obviously place a 0 over here so that you don't win. And you place an X over here, and he is forced to place a 0 over here, and this is the only place left out. And once again, see, it has matched perfectly. 0, x 0, x, x 0, x 0, x. So just give this a try. It may seem a little bit difficult or complicated as you are watching this video, but give it a try and you'll find that it is very, very easy to force a spectator to put his zeros at the places where you want to be. And accordingly, you either show it this way or this way or this way as per the outcome. Give it a try and let me know in the comments how much you enjoyed watching this tutorial and how much your viewers enjoyed watching this mentalism effect. So perform magic, make people laugh and happy with your magic and mentalism. See you again next time in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.